What is going on, you guys? It's your boy Rebirth here to bring you a Bleach video. Exactly. I know it's been a while, especially doing a video like this. It's been a minute. I usually don't do this unless there's some Bleach promotional stuff going on. But anyway, for the past 12 weeks, the Bleach 1000 Year Blood War Twitter, the official Twitter, posts a snippet of Shirisaga's piece of music every Monday. And last week, they started hyping up this week, saying they would have maybe something special, a special edition is what they called it, and that we should look forward to it. So today, expectantly, and with very reserved expectations, we waited to see what they would do, and they debuted what was essentially a Bleach animation music video with Tatsuya Kitani singing one of the songs he submitted to Kubo as a possible opening for the 1000 Year Blood War Core #1. Kubo and the team ultimately ended up going with Scar, but this is the former. And so I'm going to essentially react to it. We'll talk about some of the things in there, what we can learn, what we shouldn't assume, and where we can go moving forward in that respect. So if you enjoy the content, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get into it. Now, I'm sorry if maybe you wanted to hear the music as well. I'll put the link to the video, the original video, in the description box below, so you can watch the video as it was officially made with all the sound, with all the songs and everything. But for the sake of copyright, you have to understand, I am going to mute it. But let's see what they have. Now, I'm going to start from here. Here's one of the important things that we need to get straight, okay? One of the important things we need to get straight is the fact that this is not a video that has been edited by Studio Pierrot. In other words, this was not done by the Bleach animation staff. It was outsourced to a different production company, or like a different animation company who did so. And the director isn't Taguchi. Now, hold your horses. Just because no Taguchi doesn't mean there's nothing we can learn about it, but I do have to start with that. This isn't Taguchi. Taguchi's not the one who is in charge of this. The person in charge of this by name is Masashi Ito. He directed the previews for Core 1 and Core 2, so the ones before this core started, and also the one that we got at the end of 1000 Year Blood War episode number 13. He directed both of those along with this subsidiary animation company, not Studio Pierrot. He also directed the ending #1 for Bleach and the special ending we got at the end of episode number 7. And so this isn't a dude who just came out of left field, is the point I'm trying to make here. It's not just some random person or a random animation studio. It's not some random dude, and it's not some random studio. They do work hand in hand with Taguchi and the boys. Well, maybe not hand in hand. I'm just trying, you understand my point, right? It's not just a random person, is my point. So anyway, let's see what we can learn from this. We can't learn too much about what Taguchi is going to do, but what I will say about this preview is that there are certain things here that happen that Taguchi and other members of the Bleach staff have spoken about wanting to do that is done here, so it allows you to see what it is that they were talking about. So let's get started. I will be pausing frequently because copyright. I'm sorry. Anyway, so let's get started. So we kick things off with Ichigo. I think this is genius. So good on you, Ito. Good on you, because he does pretty well here, I think. The shot that we get in here is of Ichigo, episode 13, talking with his Zanpakuto. However, the background seems to be that of the precipice world, the Dawn guy. However, it's been made into black and white. He's connected those two different scenes. Anyway, so you got this shot from episode 1. The red. Now, red is a very important point for Bleach moving forward, because the information that's leaking out in respect to Bleach 1000 Year Blood War Core #2 is that Taguchi is tossing and turning with the idea of making the skies of Core 2 red. And this has a lot of people worried, for good reason. I understand. Not only is it could it be jarring, we also don't know what it might look like. Now, what you see here is not what it's going to be. At least I can't confirm that this is what it's going to be. However, as opposed to one instance where we had no idea what a red Bleach would look like, now you have some idea what a red Bleach would look like. That's sort of the angle I want to come at this preview from, where what you see is not what you're going to get, but before we had nothing to even imagine, but now you do. Something small. You can start from there. So measure your expectations, but also feel free to see what it's like. One other thing you'll notice is the color scheme, which is also consistent with what I believe Taguchi has been setting up in terms of the blue for the Quincy and the red for Ichigo because of the hollow aspect. The red and blue clashes. You find that in the first trailer we got. You also find that in the most recent trailer that we got. It's all like it's something that is consistent with the direction Bleach is going in. Okay, so again, tons of lens flares. It's actually ridiculous. The the composite is just overboard. Like, that is insane. Like, I'm wondering if, like, can the quality be better? I guess this is it. Okay, it looked higher. Like, I feel like it could be better. Anyway, shots of Ichigo in the rain, which is very similar to what happened with Uryu, except the blue has been really dialed up and the rain effects are just overpouring. It's really good. Very, very good. Of course, Ichigo gets to have the blue hue and also the red hue because he's both Quincy and Hollow, so he can do that. Alright, so this is from episode number 5, I think. This shot is from episode number 5. And then you can more so see the CGI grass, which is something that the Bleach staff wants to do. So it's going to be interesting. This is an idea when we talk about the CGI backgrounds, or 3D backgrounds that Taguchi is experimenting with and wants to incorporate. This is more so what we're talking about. Alright, this is very, to me, I don't know what all of you think about this. This is very, like, it's very overblown, you know. Personally speaking, I'm not, like, this is a little too much for me, I would say. All right, more shots of Ichigo and Yuha. It's that's actually cool. I didn't notice that before. So when Ichigo is screaming, Yuha is also screaming. That is a good on you, Ito. I like that. Usually when Ichigo starts screaming, Yuha is screaming. Ichigo is screaming in red, Hollow. Yuha is screaming in blue, Quincy. They scream together. You get shots of all the boys and girls. But this time it's actually a CGI grass. Yeah, I think we'll see more of it. Maybe not specifically the grass, but the backgrounds being 3D. I keep saying CGI. I want to say 3D, but whatever. There. This is also something important. In the original episode that aired, Ichigo's clothes were tattered. That's something that we brought to the attention of the staff members, kindly, I might add, and they mentioned that they would fix it, which they did. Ichigo's clothes are tattered here as they should be. Good. Thank you. You get a cleaner shot. And it's also interesting to see these shots within this perspective because, you know, they construct the scenes outside the composite and all the flashy stuff in the rain, whatever. They just do it, and then later on they'll layer the extra stuff over it. And so it's very interesting to see these shots, which before were doused in rain and mist and whatever, now just be like, you know, in their original colored, shaded, drawn form before all the fancy stuff gets into it. So it's very interesting to see Ichigo like that. And the red, that's Hiroyuki Yamashita's scene. I mean, that was, man, the blood red is so striking. Some of these shots are just so striking. It's insane. Now you got the opening. Instead of the pink, now we're going red. And the thing that's happening here, that personally speaking, I wouldn't want this to be the status quo for Bleach, because this is too much. Like, you can't do this. The backgrounds are red, the rim lights are red, but the characters are blue. No. I love those things in certain scenes and in certain, to this degrees, no. I'm sorry, no. This is a little too much. Yeah, that's too much. You got Shinsui. Yeah, you see, the characters are blue, the background's red, and the rim lights are red. Yeah, you might want to dial that back a bit. You got all these shots from the opening. Soifun, Yamamoto's fire. Yamamoto's fire looks good red, I will say. That is true. His fire looks very good when it's just like, you know, like just balls to the wall red. You see, and again, in order to create the contrast, they have to do blue. That's why I like this as what it is and what it can tell us and what it can show us. But I'm in no way interested in seeing this be what we get, because this will be too much. This will definitely be too much. You got a shot of Kenpachi versus Unohana. You get again a shot of Ichigo with the Dangai background. However, it's been grayed into the bright blue and yellow color it originally was. And in this, it's like, This Ichigo, when Ichigo was jumping through the ocean heading for the skies, but instead there's this veiny blue and red combination as he's heading somewhere, which is insane. And then you got these shots. Now these title cards, or these character shots, are great. There's stuff that we already seen, but it's just, you know, Taguchi went for a pink aesthetic, whereas here we're going for a blue and black aesthetic, which is still great. I love both of them, but these are more refined, I feel. You got Kilge Opai, you got that was As Not Baz B. This is a shot from the episode, looking really good, looking really nice. You got Bambietta looking really, really, really cute right there. You got Hatchwolf from the episode when he approaches Uryu. You got Jushiro. You got Kensei. These are from the episode. You got Rose. Rose? It is Rose. You got Shinji, Mayuri, Squad Zero, Unohana. Unohana looks good bathed in red. It just suits her. Like that is just, that's special. And then you got Yamamoto, and here's one interesting thing, and I gotta give credit to Ito for this. I gotta give credit to Ito because it shows that he understands it. And this is, to me, this matters because even those who are on the periphery, even those who are, you know, per se, not part of the main core staff, where it's like, hey, we need you to put this together for us. And it's, you know, he's credited to a different company or a different whatever. Cool, it's fine. But it's still very cool when when staff members who are on the periphery have such a immense understanding of the source material that is Bleach and where we could go with this. Because, and this is an interesting thing I'll show you right here of what he does, which I think I really appreciate. So, Unohana Retsu and Yamamoto Shigekuni. These are the two pillars of the old era. These are the last two vestiges of the old era of the Shinigami. And both characters die. However, both characters have students who carry on their will. So what Ito does here, which is good for the Bleach staff, which is good for Bleach fans, because even these guys understand the source material. He has shots of Unohana and Yamamoto, and then he'll parallel that with the ones who are there to take on their will and push forward into the new era. And so you see Unohana with her Bankai, and then you see Yamamoto standing before, you know, it was supposed to be his Bankai as well. And then we have Kenpachi, who is the, I don't want to say student, but who's the successor to Unohana. And then you have Shunsui, who's the successor to Yamamoto. That's very cool, because they're already drawing these parallels, visually telling you where it's going to go. And then from there, you see Shojiro fading away Thanos MCU style, Yamamoto fades away, and then Unohana fades away. And then what follows that is you get the successor in Shisui Kyotoku and Kenpachi's Rocky. He places them in positions that visually tell you that they're moving forward, something hopeful, something positive. For Shunsui, it's him looking up, that's a positive thing. And for Kenpachi, it's him walking out of the battlefield, walking out of Muken where he fought Unohana. So these are all really, really good touches. I really appreciate that. All of this, great, great, great. You have the Quincy pendant, Uryu in the rain, shot from before, but then touched up, more blue, less desaturated. You got Byakuya. I like the fact that it's desaturated black and white because, you know, he was supposed to have died there. You got Ichigo in the red. Again, it's just, for those of you who don't know how the red might look, it's not going to look like this, but now you have an idea. That's the point. You have an idea. The red, the red on the rain is so deadly. Like, the red on rain is striking. It is actually insane. It's one thing for it to be red. When you see the ripple effects in the water, it almost looks glitchy. It's insane. Like, I'm giving it a compliment. I'm not dissing it. Like this. This is probably too much. Which is why I'm happy it's just a music video. I'm genuinely happy it's a music because that's too much. I'm sorry. That is way too much. It's cool for a music video. It's not how an anime medium is supposed to be presented. I'm sorry. That swing by Choo Choo. I think Chuhu or Choo Choo is the one who animated that. it's done so well. The swing has so much, like, it's so, like, the arc of the swing, it's so defined. Yeah, like, really good, really good, really good. Yeah, at this point, these color clashes are too much. They're way too. Oh my god! Look at this. Nah, this is, again. I'll say it one more time. It's fun for a music video. This is not how an anime episode is supposed to be absorbed. It's just not. But it's fun. I'll take it. You know, it's a music video for a Katani song. That's cool. But yeah, nah, this is not how. But you know, I still love it though. I think it's, for what it is, it's great. You got Ichigo. There's a Takashi Hishimoto scene. At least the effects are. And you got Ichigo standing, and I don't know why. The background there, if you've seen Fate Stay Night, either Fate Stay Night's Unlimited Blade Works, Emiya's Reality Marble, the skies look very similar to that, except with all the doom and gloom and the gears and whatever. But it's like a Reality Marble sky right there. You got Ichigo, Blade is Me shot, different background. And final shot of the two Zangetsus. I like the fact that what you're main takeaways from this. Main takeaways. Even the staff members from the periphery of the Bleach production as a whole seem to be very invested in the story, and they do give their work, and they do show that they understand Bleach. Putting in those things that he did with Kenpachi, with Unohana Yamamoto, Kenpachi, Shinsui, that shows that's someone who understands Bleach, who understands Kubo. Secondly, the parallels between Uryu Ishida and Ichigo Kurosaki. In fact, let me bring it closer so we can talk. Yeah, come closer. So yeah, number one, like I said, Ito's and the periphery staff understanding Bleach very well. Number two, being the parallels between Ichigo Kurosaki and Uryu Ishida. You'll see many times during this preview, they understand, and they're hyping up and shedding a lot of light on the relationship between Ichigo Kurosaki, Uryu Ishida. Thirdly, is the color pattern and the storytelling told through colors, where the Quincy are given the blue and Ichigo is given the red, or the Hollows are given the red. And the fact that when there's actually a shot in here, let me see if I can find it. There's a shot in here where you'll see Ichigo's Zanpakuto blades when they show right there, when they show his Quincy hunting knife, smaller one, it's blue, it's Quincy. When they show the hollow one, it's red, which, again, it's not Taguchi, so we don't know. But if his hollow yields a red Getsuga and his Quincy yields a blue Getsuga, you know what the Getsuga Jujutsu is going to look like, and you might have an idea what the Grand Ray Getsuga might look like, being a combination of blue and red. Which, what do you get? Do you get purple when you combine blue and red? I don't know, but let me see if I can show you. Where is it? Right. Hollow knife, hollow sword, hollow Zanpakuto, red. And then the Quincy one, blue. That's very interesting. And then finally, I would say one of my major takeaway here is sort of piggybacking off of the former point, which is there's a lot of focus being given to Ichigo's dual Zanpakutos. The promotional material, the giveaway that they had at Anime Japan, some of the shots you'll see in this preview, and the opening, they are given a lot of focus to the dual Zanpakutos of Ichigo, which is good because you should. Ichigo's dual Zanpakutos mean more than people think. They mean a lot. It's the culmination of his entire character arc, and it's one of the rarest forms that a Zanpakuto can take, to be the third dual wielder, and every other person who's ever been a dual wielder is literally one of the most iconic and most historical characters in the entirety of the Soul Reaper history, in Shinsui Kyoriko, who is the captain's commander, and Jusoro Ukitake, who's also personal student of the head captain Yamamoto, the founder of everything. So if you have a dual Zanpakuto, it's literally one of the most important things that can happen to any Soul Reaper ever. And I like that they understand the gravitas of these dual Zanpakuto, specifically one that showcases his Quincy side and the other showcasing his Hollow or Rancor side. And so that's big ups from me. I love that. This preview is great. I've gone longer than I needed to for a 3-minute and 9-second video, but that's what we do here. It's Kabology with the program. So anyway, that's all I have for now. So I will catch you guys in the next Rebirth video. I got a video for Bleach I'm working on a video for Can't Feed Your Own World, the next part. I'm working on it. I'll have it for you guys soon. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more, and I will see you in the next Rebirth video. This is your boy, signing out. Peace.